What's up, internets? Welcome back to Octopath Traveler, and today we're going to be showing you guys my very first build, and a very good one. The cool thing about Cyrus the Sorcerer is that you're able to carry most of your team quite frequently. This is due to the fact that he can burst down whole groups of enemies by himself, and when you're fighting against bosses, he's going to be able to reliably break their guards with his spells. It's a very good build overall, and I know that Sorcerer is a secret class, but I would recommend this to be the very first one you try to unlock. The cool thing about Cyrus being a scholar is that the more you fight enemies, the easier and more simple the encounters will become. Once you uncover all the elemental weaknesses that an enemy has, you're going to be able to expose them much more frequently, and most of these fights will take anywhere between 1 to 2 turns in higher leveled areas. This is really good because if there's a level disparity, then you're going to be able to help your other party members catch up much faster. So I know that, again, Sorcerer is a secret class. If you don't have it, feel free to use Merchants. I actually find Merchant to be a very good option for Cyrus, since it gives you a wind element spell, which is the only one that the Scholar class is missing aside from Light and Darkness. So, one of the things I wanted to mention is the weapons that we're using. Part of why I liked Octopath Traveler so much is that you can get very powerful weapons if you know where to search for them. And the Knowledge Staff, which is currently, as far as I'm aware, the most powerful elemental attack staff in the game, you can find this in, what's it called, Evergard Tunnels. So before I do that, I would recommend for people to go ahead and then take the Cleric skill of Evil Ward and the Scholar skill of Evasive Maneuvers and equip them to any of your party members, and this will help you sneak to the higher leveled areas and pick them up as soon as you can. So this particular weapon, the Staff of Knowledge, you should go fast travel to Sunshade, which is where Primrose's story begins. Once you do that, head over to the Southern Sunshade Sands, try saying that 3 times fast, and then go to the Eastern Sunshade Sands, go down to Northern Wellspring, and then the Eastern Wellspring, make a right, go down to the West Stoneguard Pass, head south until you find West Everhold Pass. If you find that the levels are getting higher and higher for danger levels, then you know you're going the right way. Feel free to go to Everhold Town itself, and then rest up, save, whatever you need to do, and then go back out into Evergard Tunnels. This is where you're going to find a purple chest that you need Therion to unlock, and that's going to be the Staff of Knowledge, the most powerful magic weapon so far. Really, really good stuff. And that's exactly what we're going to be using here. In terms of Cyrus's armor, I would recommend anything that just increases your elemental attack. I believe there is an accessory that increases elemental attack too, but unfortunately I haven't been able to find it. So in terms of the skill, this is my favorite part about this game, the skill builds that you can run. You're able to pick 4 support skills, and I decided to go with 2 of the Sorcerer abilities, which is Augmented Elements and Stronger Strikes. Pretty self-explanatory, you just want more damage as quickly as you can. Elemental Aid is a pretty useful skill too because it increases damage at the cost of double SP, which is cancelled out by SP Saver, but I would prefer much more reliable spell spam, particularly when I'm going at long excursions in grinding or for boss fights. Another one could also be Intimidation. I would actually prefer this to be on a support unit than on an actual on an actual damage dealer, but if that's what you want, you can go ahead and do that. If you don't have the Sorcerer class, I would recommend running Patience, which is the final Hunter ability, and this will give you more chances to kind of sneak in at the end and deal more damage or chip away at the enemy's guard. And also, obviously, this is Elemental Augmentation. It's a weaker version of Augmented Elements, but it's very good at just increasing the damage that Cyrus can do as best as you can. Now, in terms of the other skills I have on my team, or for this one, it's going to be Saving Grace and SP Saver for my entire team. These are both extremely, extremely good skills to have, particularly if you're fighting against bosses. I would totally recommend having them on as many people as you can. Saving Grace is good because if you overheal, then that's going to be HP that you'll have. So let's just say I faint and I use the Olive of Life L. I could just use that, and then once he's revived, I'm going to have 9,999 HP because that's what it heals. SP Saver, it's pretty obvious why you would want that. So that pretty much about does it for the skills and the party. The party itself is just Therion the Cleric and Cyrus the Sorcerer, as I said. Hana the Scholar is pretty useful because you're able to just use more analysis for when you're fighting against enemies that you've never fought before, and having more elemental abilities does help chip away at the guard so that Cyrus will be free to just full boost and then burst them all down. And then Ophelia the Apothecary for more HP and more support skills, not to mention that the ability to poison can be quite useful in long fights too. So what we're going to do is that we're going to head over to the demonstration, and I'll show you guys just exactly what Cyrus the Sorcerer is all about. Alright, so here we are at the Shrine of the Runeblade. This is south of Everhold, and this is where you find the Runelord class. This is a really strange fight because depending on how lucky you are, you're either going to beat him on your first try, or it's going to take you multiple tries because he can kill you at the very end with no provocation. So what we're going to do is we're going to fight against this guy. The nature of Octopath Traveler is the fact that bosses don't respawn, so it's going to be really hard for me to have more demonstrations for these particular character overviews, but we're going to do our best by just using this one while we still have the chance. Now, as you can see, he has vulnerabilities at the bottom just like every enemy does. Partway through the battle, or even at the early stages, sometimes at the very beginning, he will seal away some of the vulnerabilities. So for those of you guys that are watching right at home right now, from left to right, his vulnerabilities are going to be dagger, axe, bow, light, and darkness. So if you see any of those boxes sealed off, you'll know which one correlating to the order that I just said. I'm going to use Share SP with a boost so I can give Cyrus as much SP as I can. And also, because he hasn't sealed off his bow weakness, I can go ahead and use Rain of Arrows. This is a much better option than Arrow Storm because even though this one is completely random, we only have one target, meaning that all of them are going to hit. Okay, so now bow was no longer an option for us. We have to wait for darkness and axe. Those are the only options that we have available to us. I'm going to summon a townsperson. This person you can find at the beginning of Grandport. He is really nice because he has the axe ability and the ability to give you steel defenses, which increases your elemental and physical attacks. Okay, next one. I am going to go ahead, and actually I'm going to analyze this guy. We'll find how much HP he has. 197,000. That's not that bad. We're just going to have to deal with it as best as we can. And now we can use a 3-hit attack, which is what the Sorcerer specializes in. It's really useful, and the party setup that we have means that we're going to be using the Elfric's Auspices, which will mean that that's going to mean that we're going to, be able to hit 6 times per turn. Okay, we're going to use the Inspiriting Plum, I guess. Therian actually doesn't need much, because with the SP Thief, you're going to be able to steal it all back anyway. And Hunter Skills. Yeah, Leg Hole Trap. This is a very useful skill to have, because it's going to make the enemy a little bit more predictable. So that's exactly why we want it. Okay, so Ophelia, she's over here. We're going to use Heal More. It's going to overheal some of my party members, but not quite enough for Ophelia, but that's fine. Yeah, and you know what, I'm gonna overheal with, okay, what can I do? Should I overheal Ophelia right now? I think I might as well. I mean, we're in the early stages where it's safe, so I'm gonna overheal Ophelia, and then that's gonna bring her up to 4100. And now I can full burst and then use this attack, if I were so inclined. You know what, how about we wait? Yes, we can wait. No, we can't. I was thinking, like, what if I could full burst after an Auspices, but I think that would take too long, and that might not be a good idea. So we're just going to go ahead and do this. It's going to be 12,000 damage out of the 197,000 that we have to do. This is going to be a good one. Okay, and then Hana is up next, and I think what I could do is, yeah, just do the attack, why not? Full boost, fight as best as I can. And then Ophelia is going to give the Auspices. So this is going to be really useful, because if you hit 6 times per turn, and then you use the Leg Hole Trap to make sure that he always attacks last after Cyrus, you're going to be hitting for a grand total of 12 hits, and that's more than enough for this particular boss. So that's why we're doing it. So again, going for Cyrus, it's going to be 6 hits, and I think 1 hit from the axe is going to be fine, but we're not going to use that, I don't believe. But, no, wait, we're going to have to. Yeah, okay, we're going to have to. One tip about Leg Hold Trap that I want to mention is that you want to use it at the very end of the stun cycle. Okay, so I guess we're going to steal some SP. Always do it when the person's guard is broken so that you can do as much damage as possible. With more damage comes more HP healing, and we're going to empoison this person too. It's about 1,000 damage per turn, so it's not that much, but it's better than having Ophelia sit around and twiddling her thumbs. Okay, so he's going to retreat, that's fine. I think I only have like 2 more casts left of this, so I want to be very careful how I do this. And steal more SP, try to get yourself to as high as you can, so that you can go ahead and just donate it right back to Cyrus. And yeah, I'm going to summon some more. Yeah. Might as well, just try to stack as many steel defenses as you can. If that doesn't happen, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and cast this again. And actually, I don't think we have enough. Yeah, I don't think we have enough to do the to do another auspices. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use my leg hold trap again to make sure that the next turn he's going to go last. And also, I think it would be a good idea to give Ophelia some pomegranate. Yeah, we're gonna use that. Use a single pomegranate. We only need 1 BP to make this happen. Perfect. And then Ophelia's gonna go and use another auspices. I'm actually not anticipating using many more boosts for Therian as it is, so you're gonna be seeing 2 sources of the auspices, which is great because we have SP Saver, meaning we can do it with Reckless Abandon. Again, yeah, Dark as this is still sealed off, so we need to just continue spamming Dark. We have no choice, otherwise we're just wasting our time here. And that's gonna be 6 hits. And I believe Hanit could do this. I'm trying to wait, what beasts do I have right now? None that he's currently weak to. I could use a Shadow Remnant, but I think it just might be better damage if I just use axe attacks instead. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Perfect. Okay, do I have like a Shadow Stone that I can use? Oh, I can use the Soul Stone. Why not? Extra damage. It's a free 1000s. I usually like to count in 1000s whenever I'm playing this because again, 197,000. It's quite a lot to consider, but this is what you got to do. And also, Therian could come up next and then refill the auspices, which is nice. So now we're going about like 6,000 without boosts, which is nice. And we're gonna go ahead and just do some more axe attacks. This is the golden axe, by the way. For those of you guys that are familiar with the videos I do on this channel, this is the one that we get at the beginning of the game, and it's still working out just fine for us. Okay, I guess we're gonna Empoison again. Why not? We don't really want to use any more boosts for Ophelia unless we absolutely have to. Okay, and Cyrus is gonna have a +3. So here we go. Next, get as many boosts as you can. This is the most damage that we're going to be doing for now. How much damage is this? Oh yeah, 18,000 damage. Not bad. 18,000 damage in total. And Therian could go and then give the auspices over to him. We're still in the early stages. You're going to be a little bit more hesitant to use the auspices because if Cyrus dies when he holds this, he loses them all. And so that's just a lot of BP that you wasted. But we don't have to worry about that anymore. So yeah, again, leg hold trap. Like, Hana isn't going to factor that much. I do have a War Master skill on her, which means that her axe is going to do a little bit more damage, but honestly, it's not that bad. Yeah, and we can't really overheal right now, so we have no choice but just to continue summoning more poison. This is just more damage over time. Okay, so what does this guy got? Okay, so now he's gonna seal. Now Bow is available. I like the fact that Bow is available. Unfortunately, Hana is now blinded, so maybe Bow might not be the best option, but it's better than nothing. The cool thing about Sorcerer Cyrus is that it actually doesn't matter if he gets blinded, because spells don't miss, which is really, really useful to have. Also, it's also part of what makes this so good, is that you're guaranteed to break the person's guard if you use magic. And yeah, we're just gonna... Actually, no, let's not summon just yet. What I want to do is I'm going to heal more so that Hana can overheal. Once Hana overheals, and I will use... Actually, I don't really think I have to use that much right now. I'm just going to use SP Thief. I know his guard isn't broken, but just a little bit more in my pocket is welcome. Okay, so Hana, we're going to use Rain of Arrows. This is, again, your best option for a fight like this, because you only have one target to choose from, and it costs way less than Arrow Storm. Okay, so now Cyrus is here, and I might as well just burn my boost while I still can. And remember, he's weak to light. Always keep track. Don't waste a turn by picking the wrong elements like I do from time to time. Because Ophelia's next, and I could... Yeah, I'm going to give another auspices to him, I guess. So that's fine. So again, we're gonna... It brings up the counts of turns by 3, so now he's going to have 5 turns of doing this. Technically 4, because his turn just finished, but yeah. Also, the thing about being blinded that I don't mind so much is the fact that, well, like, if you cast a debuff, it's still going to hit. It's not like spells can miss in this game. Yeah, use the Herb of Light. Any of these herbs are really, really cheap to get, so I would recommend getting to 99 of them as soon as you can. Yeah, and of course, Leg Hold Trap. Always at the ends, right before he gets out of his break, you want to use this. Okay, what does he have now? Rune of Ice. This thing is really annoying because it puts people to sleep, and I hate that. I really, really despise that. Okay, the Rune Scatter leaving you an opening. Cool. So this is pretty nice because now I don't have to worry too much about... I don't really have to worry too much. Because now I have 6 to deal with, right? So what I'm going to do, I am going to... Okay, this is where I have to make a choice. I'm going to use Auspices again just to top them up. Yeah, top them up, 7, so that just in case something bad happens, I'm not able to get any more, I don't lose my damage. This is, of course, making the assumption that Cyrus is going to, This is, of course, making the assumption that Cyrus is not going to die, so let's just hope for that one. This is the Herb of Awakening. Wake up Hana as soon as you can. If a person gets hit, then they're going to wake up, but the problem is, though, is that it does require a little bit of RNG, and that's not something that I really want to trust right now. So, okay, now he's at halfway health, about halfway health. I'm just going to do this. This is going to be, what's it called, 4,800 damage. Not nearly as much as before, but again, this is why you save up. Do I want to break right now? Oh, no, wait. Anyway, don't waste it unless you can get away with this using a rain of arrows. It's much better than just spamming away at your boosts. Always save your boost for when a person's stunned. Like now. Okay, so I guess we'll use Lux, because I like how it looks. So that's going to be 12,000. And, like, the amount of time that these boss battles take, again, it's kind of the nature of the beast. One of the more frustrating parts about this is the fact that there's a very real possibility that towards the end he might kill me, because some of these skills do inflict status ailments that prevent you from doing anything, which is like, ugh, why? I would recommend, like, if there's any status ailment giving you problems, I would recommend just picking a jewel or whatever accessory that increases your resistance. I would recommend getting for that one. Okay, I guess we'll summon for this one. Okay, Steel Defenses, yes, excellent timing. Alright, so what's he gonna do now? Runestorm? Oh boy, so he's gonna put people to sleep. Yep, he has to hit. Okay, he's gonna hit, and that's a stun. Goodness. Okay, this is where things get a little bit scary, and we have to be super careful and how we do this. So Ophelia is next. I'm going to switch over to... Yeah, hand it over to... What's her name? Hanit. So yeah, I guess get Hanit next. Be very, very mindful of this. Okay, so here's the thing. What I could do is use this skill, but the problem of using this skill is the fact that I won't be able to... Wait. Okay, you want Leg Hole Trap. We're gonna have to Leg Hole Trap, force him to act at the end of the turn. I was thinking of using Cyrus, but the problem with using Cyrus is that he, the problem with using Cyrus is that, like, he only hits 6 times, so this is where you really have to make those decisions, huh? Okay, so should I use Arrow Rain then, if that's the case? No, we should bring back Cyrus. I think bring back Cyrus. If he ends up dying, then that's gonna be a problem. But let's bring back Cyrus. Bring back Cyrus. I should have also brought back what's his name, Therian. So how about we bring back Therian too, and let's just pray that we survive this one. If we survive this one, then we can stun him on the next turn. So again, a revival. Use it on Therian, and we'll see how this goes. Steel defenses. Let's hope this tides us over. I may. Runelord's Resolve. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Oh, she survived that one. Thank you, Steel Defenses. Wow, that was incredible. That actually helped me holding my breath a little bit. Okay, so we gotta use Rain of Arrows for this one. Hit as many times as you can. If I hit like 6, then that's guaranteed break, and I like that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna heal everyone, and we're gonna overheal. Overheal as many people as we can. I could not overheal Hanit. So, again, go down to... I guess we'll use Lux again. That was very, very lucky. I'm surprised that she survived that one, but that really comes in handy. Okay, so that's a break. And that's a break for us, too. Okay, now what's the next thing I gotta think of? Cyrus is doing okay for... Yeah, he's doing alright. So what we're gonna do is that... he's doing okay in terms of auspices, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just overheal Hanit. And then now it's my time to just full burst and then do as much damage as I can. Let's use Tenebrae this time. This looks terrifying. It's, yeah, it's gonna be 24,000 damage, which is exactly what I'm looking for. So yeah, he used the Runelord's Resolve, and we survived that. I'm glad, because I think that'll be like, it's a very rare attack, and I don't think he'll do it very often. Okay, and I guess Theory needs to seal some SP, so yeah, we have to do that. And I'm going to refresh the auspices for Cyrus right when it's that turn. Alright, Leg Hold Trap. Again, always do this at the end. Like, it's just something you have to get into a habit of. Thankfully, it makes the fight a lot more predictable. Okay, so Cleric Skills. Auspices. So here's the thing, unfortunately Reflex do not work. These are all physical attacks augmented by elements. So you want to make sure that you don't waste any turns with Reflex like I did when I first did this fight. Okay, what has he got? Regular attacks, I'm glad. Runestorm. Okay, that's good. That is the best possible outcome. The best possible outcome. So Rain of Arrows again. And we see that now he's in the red zone, so he is less than halfway health, which is great. Who do I use? Can't really think of much that I could use, so I'm just gonna heal everyone. Why not? Heal more. Heal more. And I'm just gonna... Yeah, this is gonna hit 6 times, so this is gonna be a break. Awesome. This is one of those things where it's just like there's a lot of patience involved, but I think we're more or less over the hill, like lest I jinx it. And it turns out that the worst is yet to come. The first time I did this fight, I won, but the second time I tried on a previous recording, I died because he just stunned everyone. What do I use for this guy? I will have to... Yeah, let's go for another heal more. Go for another heal more to make sure that Hana, because remember, Hana saved us that time. That was great. Okay, so you want to do? I'm going to give more pomegranates. Give pomegranate to Cyrus because I want as much damage as possible while I still can. So here we go. Full boost. Use the, I guess we're going to use the Dark Element because we're edgy like that. The nice 24,000. Oh, I like this. Okay. So the next thing that I have to worry about now is just making sure that everyone's healed enough. But you know, honestly, I can't really worry about that right now. And I think the amount of SP that Cyrus has is more than enough to finish this fight. So what we're going to do is I'm going to just steal some SP. No. Let's not waste any bursts, just in case. We got to be really, really safe because you'll never know. Unless you're smart, not like me, and you keep a mental note of how much HP a boss has, then yeah. Actually, we could check right now. But it's more important that I use this, though. That's the problem. Like that's the temptation that I have to learn to avoid. Okay, Leg Hold Trap. Hopefully we can survive this. Just don't use any ice, please. This is going to lower my speed. I don't care about that. Just don't use ice. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, these are all just debuffs. Okay, so this is where things are going to get a little bit scary. Rain of Arrows. We have plenty of time. We have plenty of turns to do this. So that's 5. That's great. And this guy is going to attack a lot. So yeah, this is just going to be another break for us. Actually, what I could have also done, I could have actually used Pomegranate on myself to increase the damage even further. Well, in any event, I'm going to overheal us. Okay, nah, not quite enough for an overheal. I'm gonna use an auspices though, just because just because we're red doesn't mean we're necessarily in the clear. Oh, just because Balogar is in the red. Ugh, a lot of decisions have to be made for this one. These fights tend to be a little bit drawn out, but in terms of using Sorcerer Cyrus against smaller enemies, it's quite easy. It's quite easy. He just burns everyone, and it's really useful for level grinding. Oh, we got it! Thank you, Hana. We didn't even use the auspices for that one. Oh, that is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. But yeah, like I said, like I was just saying, the thing about Sorcerer Cyrus is that with his ability to just hit everyone at once, he makes fights happen much faster. So if you feel like you're struggling, you could level grind to make yourself a little bit more confident, but I would seriously recommend farming more for the JP, the job points, so that you can apply clerics to everyone and give everyone saving grace. Saving grace is what helps you win, and it's part of the reason why defense isn't as impactful as it needed to be in this game. More HP is always a good thing, and honestly, using Cyrus helps you reach more parts of the game that much more easily. Anyways, guys, that was a headache, and goodness, I fought this guy like 3 times, and like within the last like hour. But honestly, this is a really good build. I would recommend building your way towards this one as soon as you can, because it just makes your game experience that much smoother and makes things a lot easier for you guys. Anyways guys, thanks very much for joining me on the very first character overview. There won't necessarily be a lot of boss fights in the near future, probably just fighting against really powerful enemies, but I'm glad we were able to get one boss out of the way on our first video. So guys, thanks very much for joining me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care everyone.